Good morning, students. Today in this class I am going to explaining to you that is functions of management. This concept or this topic we can expect for 1 marks question and 8 marks question for the final examination. This functions of management, it's a very important to the any kind of organization. It does not matter for small scale organization or large scale organization. This function may also play important role, and also it may help to that managers in day-to-day activities in the organization, and also it may helps to achieve that organizational goals. There are the 5 functions of management. The firstly planning, second one organizing, and third function we have staffing, fourth one directing, fifth one controlling. This all that 5 function, it's a very important, and also this function it is interconnected, and also it is interrelated or interdependent. That means each function it is depending to the other function. Like the planning is very important for organizing. Organizing is depending on planning. Staffing is depending on organizing. Directing is depending on staffing, and also the controlling is depending on directing. Again, this functions of management, it is a continuous process. It is not one time event or one time activity. We are not using this function only one time to the organization. It is continuously occurs or continuously involves in the activities of the organization. Here that question, when this function will going to stop, when the organization will going to close, on that time this function will going to stop. There are the other functions also. Let us see that what are the other functions to the management. Other functions, we have that post crop. P stand for planning, O stand for organizing, S stand for staffing, D stand for directing, CO that is coordinating, R stand for reporting, and last one B stand for budgeting. They have that this functions also, but for your syllabus there are that only 5 functions of management. Let us understand in detail by discussing the functions of management. Before learning of functions of management, I would like to give an example related to the functions of management. Mr. Kiran is a proprietor. He want to start the manufacturing industry, that is garments industry. How this function may help to that Kiran? The first function, planning. This planning function may help to that Kiran. The Kiran has to decide what he want to do and how to do, and also this function, that is planning function, it may help to the Kiran. The Kiran has to set the objectives in the organization, and also the Kiran has to plan some strategies to achieve the organizational goal. Like this function may help to the Kiran. And second function, organizing. How this function may help to the Kiran? After planning of the Kiran, the manufacturing industry, it requires some machinery, money, and man. These are the resources is a very important. Without that machinery, it cannot operate, it cannot produce the product. If they have that machinery also, the raw material is very important, and also he has to manage that activities in the organization. So money or a finance is required. This all that he has to arrange in the organizing function. After arranging all those things, the next function, that is staffing. This function may help to the Kiran. He has to appoint that workers or employees to operate or to work in the organization. If the employees or workers, if they have worked very well, the Kiran can achieve that organizational goal or his organizational objectives. And fourth function we have directing. How the directing function may help to the Kiran? That means the Kiran has to appointed the manager. This manager has to give the direction, and also the manager has to motivate the people to work more. If they work more, the Kiran organization, they can earn the more profit. This we can see in the directing. And the last function, that is controlling. This controlling function may help to that Kiran, like what he has set at that objective, whether he has reached that objective or what, he has to check in this function. If we not reached, he has to take necessary action to reach his goal. This we can see in the controlling. Now, I think the students has understood very well the each and every function, how it helps to that practically in the organization. Now, the first function in a examination, you should suppose to write the first meaning of any of the function, and after that steps of that particular function. Here, meaning of planning, that is first function. Planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do, and who is to do. Take it as a one more best example. The mother, when she early wake up, she has to think what she want to cook. Yes or no? Or else she has to decide before day itself only what she want to cook. That means planning. The planning is deciding in advance, and also what to do, how to do, and who is to do. In planning function, they have to set the objective, and also this objective may help to that achieve that organizational goal. Here that the steps: setting objective, second one developing premises, third one identification of alternative course of action, fourth one evaluating alternative courses, fifth one selecting an alternative, sixth one implementing the plan, seventh one follow up action. This all the steps you have to write it properly. You should not make any changes. As it is, you should supposed to present in the examination. The planning also may help to that. It is a bridges the gap between where you are, where you want to go. That means your organization at presently getting that profit of 10 lakh rupees, but you have to set at that objective of you have to earn 1 crore rupees. This destination or this way to achieve of 1 crore rupees may help the planning function. Second function we have organizing. Organizing is the process of bringing all the resources together, such as human and financial resources. I give an example. Mr. Kiran, after starting his organization, he has to organize the different resources. That means this organizing, or he has to bring the different resources. This function, that is organizing. That means organizing is the process of bringing all the resources, such as human and financial resources. What are the steps of organizing? First one, division of work, that is identification and division of work. Second one, departmentalization. Third one, assignment of duties. Fourth one, establishing reporting relationship. And third function, that is staffing. Staffing is the process of putting the right people for the right job. I already explained. I gave an example. The Mr. Kiran, he has organized all that resources in the organization. After they have that mission, for the mission they require that operating or operator. This operator, that is workers. The workers he has to appoint in which function, that is staffing. That means putting the right people to the right job. And what are the steps? Let us see that. Estimating the manpower requirement, recruitment, selection, placement and orientation, training and development, performance appraisal, promotion and career planning, compensation. And fourth function, directing. It means influencing, motivating employees to perform the task assigned to them. The manager has to motivate to the workers or employees in the organization what they have given the duty or what they have assigned the responsibility or what they have assigned the work. This work they have to properly do. If they are work very well, they can achieve that organizational goal. It is called directing. What are the elements of directing? The first element, motivation. Second one, communication. Third one, leadership. Fourth one, supervision. And fifth one, controlling. This controlling may help to the management function monitoring organizational performance toward attainment of organizational goal. I said that Mr. Kiran is setting that objective in the functions, that is planning function. Whether this function is achieved or what, he want to check in the controlling function. Understood? Here the steps of controlling, that is setting performance standard, measurement of actual performance, comparing actual performance with a standard, analyzing deviation, taking corrective action. These are the 5 functions to the management, and you can write it the conclusion. This all that 5 function, it is very important to the organization. It may help to that achieve that predetermined goal, or it may help to that achieve organizational goals. And what I explained, the steps, you can learn or you will learn in the coming chapters. That is, you can see that planning chapter as a 4th chapter, organizing as a 5th chapter, staffing is a 6th chapter, directing is a 7th chapter, controlling is a 8th chapter. How that question we can expect in the examination, like 1 marks, we can expect which of the following is not a function of management. They'll give options: planning, organizing, staffing, cooperating. Here that the cooperating is not a function of management. And also for 8 marks, they can suppose to ask, management is a continuous series of function or interrelated function. Just comment. You should suppose to write that for this question. The answer, like introduction. The introduction, you can write it that meaning of management. After explanation, you can write it that the 5 functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. The meaning of planning, steps of planning. Organizing meaning, steps of organizing. Staffing meaning, steps of staffing. Directing meaning, elements of directing. Controlling meaning and steps of controlling. And finally, conclusion. If you write it this much, you will get 8 marks. Thank you.